my dentist's calendar, and also talk to my healthcare provider to make sure that it's time for me to get another cleaning. Put all of those pieces together and take the brains literally behind Audio Brain, her company, and they do sonic branding. And all the sonic branding that you've heard already in this voice stand, and you'll hear at the end, is her work. So
now transitioning to a live stream. If you hear silence at the end of the stream, please refresh this page.
On the West Coast, I'm here with my friends, Scott and Elizabeth. I'm giving them a demo of our product, and I'm showing them on the screen how I've started the live podcast through our SonicStream platform. And right here, I'm showing them how I have NFTs, which is technically called an ERC721 token. I have that clicked on. I also have Amazon's Alexa clicked on and YouTube clicked on. What that means is that right now, my voice is being broadcast through our software in the cloud, and it's being sent directly to Amazon Alexa. So if anybody has an Alexa speaker, they could say to Alexa, Alexa, enable Attention Live if they don't have our tool enabled, and they would say, open Attention Live, and Alexa would say, what channel? And you might say Ian Utility. And when you do, you'd be hearing my voice right now in real time because I'm live broadcasting. If you go to YouTube and you go to the Attention Live page right now, you will see that right now on Attention Live on YouTube, Attention Live, you will see right now that I have a live video. And the live video is me talking about 20 to 45 seconds ago, because there's some delay with live streaming. And often with our YouTube videos, it will play my 24/7 radio station for the first 5 to 10 seconds. And then you'll hear being interrupted for a live stream. And then all of a sudden you'll hear my voice. Now, not only can we broadcast this conversation in real time from any device, any phone, any tablet, any computer, directly to YouTube and directly to Alexa. We're the only people in the world that can do this. Like, I could go sit with the CEO of National Geographic. I could put $10,000 down on the table. I could say, sir, ma'am, whoever the executive team is, I will give you $10,000 if you can broadcast your voice in real time to Alexa in the next 5 minutes. They won't be able to do it. So we have a special media technology that's one of a kind. In addition,
how do I get to your YouTube?
So just go to YouTube and in the search bar, just type in attn.live, and then go to the channel, and you should see a picture of me that says Hello Future, and then it should say live, and then you click on live, or I can share my screen right now, and I can do it since I've done it 1,000 times, and I probably even have the channel pulled up.
Yeah, this is incredible. Yeah, I know. I told you this is going to be cool.
Well, wait till I explain the NFT part, because this is where it really gets significant for our conversation. Now, you see right here the YouTube link. Okay, yeah. So right now we're live on YouTube, and I have that YouTube link. Now, the NFT part is very unique. My voice is going through this phone to our servers, and before our servers send it to, so there it is.
I'm on it.
So my voice, before we send it to the social media sites like YouTube and Twitter and Facebook, before we send it to the voice devices like Alexa and Google Assistant and Samsung Bixby, we first stamp it with a non-fungible token. Because there's never ever been a conversation like the three of us are having, nor will there ever be another conversation like the three of us are having. And what happens is our system transcribes this conversation and records the audio file and creates a non-fungible token on the Ethereum blockchain, but it could be interoperable to other blockchains like EOS. And it goes inside the .cred marketplace for acquisition of that NFT token, but that could be moved to other marketplaces like OpenSea or Nifty Gateway. And what that means is that this token represents that I personally, Ian Utility, own the transcription, what I said, and the audio file, how it was said. Now I have a one-of-one token that represents that. So if HarperCollins and Random House would like to acquire all of my tokens that I've created through this product, they could say, Ian, we will give you $1,000, $10,000, $100,000, $1 million to acquire all of your tokens so we can write a book about the things that you've been talking about the future. Or if Clear Channel Communications, the broadcast radio station, says, Ian, we'd like to acquire all of your tokens so that we can create a radio station with your voice. Or if CNN or Fox says, we want to acquire this conversation that you had with Elizabeth or with Scott, and I was able to get you to acquire, give me the rights either outright or we shared in the proceeds of the token. Here's the most exciting part. For generation, musicians have had an advantage over every artist in the world. You see, musicians have had ASCAP and BMI to protect their rights. They've had Universal and Warner, although they may do some very unsavory things to artists. The point of these big record labels is that they would protect people. Now, that means that a musician writes a hit song and they get paid in perpetuity forever, and their kids and their grandkids. Well, that is not the case for speakers, for authors, for preachers, for podcasters, for Clubhouse moderators. And we believe that this tool has the ability to solve that problem. Because if HarperCollins and Random House, if Clear Channel Communications, if CNN or Fox were to acquire my token or my tokens, not because it's a one-of-one collectible and it's like a piece of art and they're going to collect it and sell it later. No, because it has intrinsic value, because the token owns the transcription of what I said and the audio file of how it was said. And if they were to acquire that for $1,000 from me, and later they were to sell that, I have in our contracts that the original content creator gets paid in perpetuity every time a sale is made. So if Random House buys it for $1,000 and sells it to Clear Channel Communications for $10,000, I, the creator, get paid again. If Clear Channel sells it to CNN for $100,000, I get paid again. If CNN sells it to Random House for $1 million, I get paid again. And if Random House sells it to Fox for $10 million, I get paid again. Could you imagine what this would have done for Martin Luther King Jr.? Just for a second, just take a time out and just fathom if me and Dr. King happened to be friends. Imagine if I was on Dr. King's team. Imagine if I built this for Dr. King. And imagine if he lived today and he had a similar level of success today as a preacher, as a civil rights activist, as a futurist, as a visionary, as a team builder. Imagine what would have happened if every time Dr. King spoke, he spoke through our software. Every time he spoke, immediately, the token was created on the Ethereum blockchain. Immediately, it was put in a marketplace where universities, broadcast companies, his biggest supporters, the person that really wants an excuse to give him $1 million to support his charity, and now they finally have something tangible to give $1 million for, had the ability to do that. Let me give you another scenario. I'm not a Catholic, but fathom if Pope Francis had every single one of his fathers, bishops, priests use this tool in the next couple of years. Imagine it's 2023, it's middle of March, and it's a Sunday morning. And there are tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of Catholic priests opening the sacred scriptures and teaching the sacred scriptures in their own language. And some of these congregations are 8 people, and some of these congregations are 8,000 people. And all that information creates tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of NFTs. And the Catholic Church has an agreement with every single priest that the priest can benefit in a certain way, and the Catholic Church benefits in a certain way, and it revolutionizes the Catholic Church's entire ability to make revenue in a way that's not begging for money. But here's the real powerful thing. Think about this for an elder that oversees a lot of other elders, oversees a whole community. Pope Francis wakes up Monday morning, and because of the power of machine learning and artificial intelligence, the Catholic Church set up a protocol that it gathered every single sermon that was preached that Sunday in every single language, and it translated every single thing into Italian. And this machine learning algorithm intook tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of sermons from Sunday. And because machine learning doesn't need days, weeks, months, or years to process, it processes immediately. It pumped out what it basically decided was, quote unquote, what God is saying to the Catholic Church right now. And Pope Francis wakes up on Monday morning and he looks and he says, oh, this is what the creator of all things is trying to say to the people that I'm responsible to serve. This is why I have been willing to give my life, all of my time, all of my money, leverage all of my relational equity to develop this product, because I believe that if I'm right about this, that what I have representing right here on my screen is the Gutenberg printing press for the digital age. It is an ability for content creators to create content at scale and protect their intellectual property and monetize that content. It is also an ability for content consumers to have a direct relationship with the content creator, and potentially there's ways that we can even compensate content consumers for their energy, their time, their likes, their comments, their shares. Now, I'm